Hey sis, what message are you sending out in that dress? Hello ladies, coming to you from Nigeria, West Africa's hub of beauty and grandeur. We present to you Living the Life, an all-women show to help you live life God's way. I'm Abigail.
And I'm Rolly. Thank you for joining us today on the show. It's always great to be with you.
Yes.
Today we're talking about fashion.
Fashion. You're looking fashionable.
You're looking fashionably fashionable.
I knew you were going to say that.
Well, fashion, it's like Africans are known to be fashionable people.
Okay.
Nigerians particularly.
Particularly.
Not just because I'm Nigerian, but
Yeah.
you know, we are just really, really lovely. We love colors, we love patterns,
Yeah.
and it shows in like our fabrics,
Everything.
you know, and things like that. So yeah, we are fashionable people.
Well,
but what does it mean for the Christian woman?
That's a different ballgame entirely because we can't just do, it's not going to be business as usual. I believe that strongly. And I know we're going to have a lot of interesting stuff to talk about when our guest comes up. But truly, the line, there has to be a line. There has to be a line. We can't, it's good to be trendy, it's good to look beautiful,
It's good to be
exquisite,
creative for the sake
you know?
of creativity.
Because like you said, we're Nigerians, we love colors. I mean, when we're tying the gele and all of that. But I noticed these days the hemlines are getting shorter and they see more cleavages. And we still say it's fashion. We still say it's beautiful. And you hear sometimes in church, you hear something like, she's wearing, you're seeing almost everything out. And you hear a brother say, oh, sis, you're looking takeaway. I'm like, what takeaway? Can't you just tell her the truth?
Just take it away.
No, truly, I believe that there has
The
to be
thing
a-
is, everyone will interpret fashion for what it means to them.
True, true.
But for the Christian woman, that's where I think living the life comes in.
True, true.
Is our bottom line should be modesty.
modesty.
By all means, dress up. By all means, look good. By all means, be trendy.
Yeah.
But let your message be modesty and all of that. You know, there was a time when people thought once you become born again or you become a Christian, that's
what you're
it.
going to
That's
say.
the end of
Oh my
all
God.
things
Close your
beautiful.
hair everywhere.
I had this teacher
you know.
in secondary school who, when I came to school, she was really gorgeous. I just loved her. I'm like, man, this woman dresses so lovely. Then
Suddenly.
I came back one term and she was different.
Wow.
She had become born again.
Okay.
It changed everything about
I can
all I knew about
imagine.
being born again just changed because she started tying her hair. I heard she burnt her clothes, and we had this argument in the
my
hostel
God.
like, why didn't she just share it for
And then
people who were
of course,
interested in wearing and
some
all that?
people have-
But I guess that was her understanding at the
Yes,
time
it's
because
different for-
being born again doesn't necessarily mean being shoddy. It
and
means
boring.
you need to show the glory of God that you're supposed to be that you're supposed to be about. Yeah.
I believe so. And within a specific boundary, you look good, exquisite, elegant. You know, so you're not, it's not as if you're losing out. People have this idea, I'm losing out because I'm a Christian, so I can't really look my best.
No,
No,
you're
you
the daughter of the
Can't
king.
they see you?
for
You're
crying out
looking
loud.
good.
Yeah, you're the daughter of the king. You should show
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So while we'll let you brood on the subject matter too, here is a piece on what to carry in our fancy bags.
Hi, my name is Uju Ibonume, and I'm here to tell you a few items that a woman must have in her bag. Now, because women are actually very sensitive and unique, we have to have these items to make you feel good, be good, look good, and smell good. Now, I'll start with the first one. It's the body mist. The body mist actually helps you feel fresh and smell fresh. Now you have your body mist, and once you spray it, you might smell of lavender, strawberry, any other thing, but it's good. You smell fresh. The second one I would get is the tissue. Now this tissue, I was talking about like sweating and all. Once you sweat, you use the tissue to damp your face, or you go to the ladies. You might not or might have tissue in the toilet, but then it's safe for emergency reasons to have your tissue with you. Now, this is essential for a woman to have in her bag. Now, the third one I would like to talk about is the sanitizer, because you might actually go to places and shake people and hold rails, but with the sanitizer, you're very safe. I'd like to talk about glasses. Now, these are my favorite accessories. Glasses helps you enhance your beauty. You can actually put it on your hair as an accessory, and it goes this way, and you're good to go, and you look good. Now I'll go with the purse. the purse has a lot of things contained in it. You can have your complimentary cards, your driver's license, your ID card, so that even when you go out, you're not stranded. Even whatever you do, you need a phone number, and you remember you have someone's complimentary card. You just arrange them here, and you'll be safe. We'll talk about what I call personally vex money. When you go out with people and you're not feeling the place, just please put a little money in your purse and just leave the place. Then this seems like it's a bit big, but then you can get a smaller one for your powder, your brush, your lipstick, lip gloss, just to feel good, look good. As long as you smell good, you have to look good. Your face will be fresh, everything will be fresh. Just powder your face for your next meeting, powder your face for your next hangout. Once you have your powder, your brush, your lip gloss, everything, you'll be good. I'll talk about one essential one. Sometimes we don't know when anti-red is coming, so you have to have your sanitary pad or your panty liners. Now, sometimes I might say, please just go alone with the panty liners because it seems like the sanitary pad is a bit heavy. But with the panty liners, you might have a heavy flow, so it's safer to go with the two of them. And sometimes your friend might need one. These are ways to really avoid infections. You don't know when it will start. The last is your phone. Everybody, no one, I don't think any young person or even old people, I'm not sure they go out without their phones, because now you have apps like WhatsApp, BBM, Instagram, but then there's this particular app I really love. It's the Bible. You can have your Bible on your phone. I talked about feeling fresh and smelling fresh with your body mist, and I talked about looking fresh with your powder. Now I'll say, like, when you talk, you need your mint. This helps you once you talk. Smells fresh, your mouth smells fresh. Sometimes you might just indulge with things like bully and fish or things that might not smell fresh after you eat it. Please have a mint in your bag to smell fresh, for your mouth to smell fresh. So there you have it, and these are the items I have here. If you think the items that must be here or should be here that are not here, please send us a mail on the email address running through the screen right now, and please do not hesitate to tell us things that you think that we should have here, things that you know that we should have here, and we'll be always willing to add them to the next edition. God bless you.
So how many of those things do you have in your bag?
Okay, almost, okay, I don't have the other one, like the sanitary towels. It depends, you know, but like she said, sometimes a friend of yours might be in need, so maybe we should just carry it every time.
You know the one that made me laugh
Yeah.
is the hand sanitizer. I mean, if Ebola was still the thing, everybody will have that one.
It was
I'm sure
really
it's insane.
expensive that time.
I'm telling
Really
you.
expensive, like a very small bottle,
Yeah,
like go for
people made money out of it, man.
You know,
Ebola, rob business.
do you know, another one I think I like is the fact that she was talking about having a mint
Yeah,
in your bag.
fresh in your breath.
Yes, especially the kind of some things you go in, you just go into a restaurant and then you finish eating every like, and you're supposed to be going for a meeting the next minute.
God, spew out stuff that the
So
next
those
person
little
doesn't
things,
need.
they may look like every day. Just mint. It's just, you know. And even the other one is the mirror. I think she didn't mention that, but I think
Oh, she didn't mention the mirror.
yes.
Oh,
Did you used
that's
to do
vital.
that? You see people stand in front of people's cars. There's no mirror in the back, so they
Yeah.
stand in front of people's cars and they're looking like, is it the?
I mean, you can do that if you know. Is it a big deal for you?
Oh my God!
It is. It's a big deal for me. I mean,
Or you CDs. Some people carry CDs, just carry CDs, and you're
okay,
looking.
that one is.
I mean, that's really not it.
But you know, not every girl is a girly girl.
So every girly girl should be a girly girl, at least.
Just have the basics. I don't know. Mirrors came later for me in my life.
So when you're supposed to look at, okay, is my hair okay?
Now
What
look at
do you
look
do?
at someone's
Car.
Look at someone's car. So coming up, an exclusive interview with one of Africa's finest designers on style, trends, and the Christian woman. This and more after the break. Don't go away.
Welcome back. Where does the Christian woman stand in the fashion world? We have with us Anne Ekweme, CEO Ziba Designs, a unique women fashion brand with a vision to dress women who understand royalty. You are welcome, dear Anne. It's so good to have you here. Like I finally got to meet you. You look great.
Thank you.
Just like what you represent, like the way you're all seated, you know, just everywhere prim and proper, poised. Wow, congratulations on your launch, the Ziba Designs. Like, what inspired that?
Thank you very much. What inspired? The launch or the Ziba brand itself?
Yes.
As a whole?
First of all, congratulations for the launch. I meant,
Yeah,
and so what inspired Ziba Designs?
Just taking responsibility. I got to a point where I just wasn't happy with what I find out, you know, out there in the market. You know, especially when you go abroad.
Wow.
They're not really making clothes for a typical church girl.
Okay.
Yeah. You either find that the necklines are too deep, or it's too short, or it's sleeveless.
True.
You know, so I realized that, to be honest, the world isn't making clothes for a child of God, a born-again, believing child of God.
I think so too.
So I got uncomfortable. I wasn't satisfied anymore. So I decided to take responsibility to clothe a typical, a typical child of God who wants to be dressed properly, to be honest. We find clothes, not to say that there's no one who's making clothes that you can't wear, but it's such that if you walk into my store, you'll be able to find at least 10 dresses you can walk away with. That you can wear to work, you can wear to church, you can wear to a meeting, you can wear anywhere without having to adjust the seam or to look for a bolero or anything to add to it, yes.
That's really beautiful, because I just had an experience recently. I was out there trying to get some clothes and all of that. I realized that almost, I don't want to exaggerate, but almost half of the things I saw there, and just like you said, I said, no, these guys aren't making things for us. They're not thinking about the kingdom. They don't have any business with that. So I'm glad for that bold step you took in that direction to say, see, I've got to make my own input. I've got to bring something different. Because the question what I was going to ask was, I mean, we have a lot of designs. Why did you still say, okay, let me push this out? I mean, you would have said, okay, we already have too many. I mean, everywhere. You see everyone saying, I'm a designer. I have clothes. I create Ankara. I create corporates. There's so much already in the market. So what was that extra push? That extra push that you had to go into this like deeply and say, this is what I want to explore?
Well, it's an assignment.
Good.
So God spoke it to my heart clearly.
Wow.
You know, to be honest, this thing started since I was in the university. But, you know, I just did it I did it because I thought I liked it, and it was my passion. I started making clothes in 2003, 2003.
Wow.
But I realized that it was demanding, and I got married not too long in that period. So I needed to focus on family. I needed to focus on raising children. So I actually did put it aside for a bit, and then I picked it up again in 2015. Now, not just as a passion, but as a responsibility.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
For my father.
I like that. For your father.
Yes.
Because you're representing a kingdom.
Yes.
That's beautiful. Now, would you say that Ziba Design is for a selected group of people?
Of course not. I mean, it's for everyone. It's for everyone who wants to look nice.
Yeah.
It's for everyone, to be honest. It's just for the particular woman a kingdom woman who wants to look a certain way all the time. But then it's for everyone who wants to look nice.
Wow. That's really profound, I can say. Now, most of the time you're hearing comments like, how can a Christian woman dress that way? You know, we hear it a lot of times. Now, should Christian women insist on a certain standard, or this is what is obtainable? I mean, I used to have a friend that would say, okay, I would have to, if I go, whenever she travels out, she gets dresses. And then what she has to do sometimes is to, if it's very, very short, should like come back, when she comes back here, she gets gets 2 more inches, and, you know, just so that, so should women insist, or do we just get what we can get? I mean, like I said, I went to the shop and all I had, almost half of the things that were there weren't for me. So should we insist? And if we should insist, how should that, in what form should that be? Insist on dressing, creating a standard.
Well, when you say insist, are you saying insist on the part of the woman or insist on the market now?
No, on her part. I mean, she can't really do much.
About the market, yeah.
About the market. It's already there. So what can she do on her own part? Like, should she say, okay, I mean, I'm going to, if this is all I can get, this particular dress I'm getting for this dinner party requires, I mean, has all the cleavages out. And her friends are saying, it's cool, you look hot, you look sexy. I mean.
That's where identity crisis comes in, to be honest. Seriously. Yeah, because, you know, when you don't know who you are, you don't know what you represent.
Oh my God.
If you have no standards, then it's fine. So it's okay to go with what your friends say. But if you know who you are, whose you are, and which kingdom you represent.
Oh my God.
To be honest, you just won't go with anything. There's a saying that goes like this: if you don't have a standard, you fall for anything. So every woman should have a standard deep within you. You don't have to go about telling everyone, but deep within you, know what you stand for. Yeah.
Know what you stand for. If you don't stand for anything, you fall for everything.
Yeah.
That's very, very, very key. Now, this is one question I want to ask now. How far? That might be my last question, Karen. I wish we could have more time to keep talking. But how far is too far? How much is too much?
How far is too far?
So how much can I take and say, okay, this is, if it gets to this point, I'm fine. If it's open to a certain extent, how much should I say I can come out and look fashionable, elegant, still look exquisite, and still look decent?
We have body parts as women called private parts, right? So if you decide that you want to let some out, but then when God created you, he had something in mind. Your father is the king of the universe.
King.
You are his daughter. Automatically that makes you royalty. So there's certain things there's a limit to what you're supposed to expose as a king's daughter.
True. Beautiful.
Look at it typically in the world. If you're looking at Sophia the princess, you see royalty in the world. They don't go about showing their cleavage and showing everything. They dress properly, and that's the world.
Whoa.
How much more for our Father?
So it's all focused on our Father.
Yes.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I really do appreciate this moment. Thank you so, so much. I'm sure you'll come back again when we need you. All right.
Sure.
Thank you so much. Well, there you have it, ladies. The fact of the matter is we can still look elegant, graceful, exquisite, and fashionable without showing it all. They say, all right, that when life is no longer boring, then it has become fulfilling. We took a sneak peek into Auntie D's everyday life, okay? And got some beautiful lessons from her personal routine, especially her morning walk. Watch this and be inspired. Don't go anywhere.
The morning routine begins with a wake-up call, which happens somewhere in the in-between state of my being asleep, my being awake, but not opening my eyes. Wherever I am, I've found that I have a ministration that brings me from my inward sleeping point into the wake-up point. During the full season of my children's school term, I would leave home with my son to drop him off. I just try to do that because of the ad hoc nature of my own work, I may be traveling or something. I just try to have that as my time with him going to school. So we get to talk. We have a confession we share, which I learned. I am healthy. I am wealthy. And we use and extend it to pray for his other siblings who are not with us at home, who are in boarding school. On my way returning from school, I then get out of the car and I just start my prayer walk. And as I'm doing that, I just find, sometimes a worship will come. I begin to recognize certain gate men, security people working out there. I watch them and I see facial expressions, body language. And I saw Sarah. I always saw her. I didn't even know she was Christian, And I would watch her with her limp, going about doing what she does. Right there on my platforms, where I am, secular platforms, wherever I am, it's the same thing I'll do. Because the spirit by discernment will help me see that someone there is in pain or angry or acting out of turn. And he's just given me a shape, a form with which to go in there and now, blessed are the peacemakers. I'm just in where God would have me be. I'm just in a place of projection as magnified by the grace of God. And I'm still me.
Whew, I love Auntie D.
I'm telling you.
Totally.
Yeah. I like the fact that she's real. What was interesting for me is seeing her interact with what people may describe as the little people. The woman who's frying akara by the side of the road that people tend to ignore. She's actually even helping her fry the akara. I think that is so humbling. That's so humbling. Because these are the things that matter.
At the end of the day, that's actually what matters.
But the error is a lot of people think that you need to be accomplished in ways that is recognized by the world. What I mean is you need to be rubbing shoulders with only a certain kind of people for you to be somebody. But I think what is beautiful is that it doesn't matter where I am. It doesn't matter. Everybody, we are all part of God's.
It doesn't, but it takes
children.
It's not easy, I tell you. It's not
humility.
Easy. It's. I mean, they say talk is cheap. You hear people say that. Oh my God! I'm just okay. I'm a simple person. But when the situation comes, are you a simple person? You hear that.
Exactly.
Sometimes you see people, they give gifts. You buy a car and you're giving a friend.
Yeah.
I give you a car now because I know you're going to give it back.
Yeah.
Why can't I just
get your
stretch
reward.
out and give someone that I know may not even have the opportunity?
And that's kingdom style, really. When you give a gift to one who, as it were, isn't worthy, who can give you back, then your heavenly Father, who sees in secret, he will reward you openly. But when you do it in such a way that everybody needs to know, you've gotten your reward already.
I tell you, honestly, it's always an issue, because as long as we're in this walk of faith, we're going to interact with people like this. We're going to see them every day.
All kinds of
everywhere.
people.
So we need to decide that, hey, if I'm kingdom-minded, like we just finished talking about with Anne Ekpeme here, it's all about having the kingdom mindset. And
all about Jesus, always.
It just helps you keep your priorities right. It keeps your priorities straight. And basically, I think that's what we should ponder on as much as possible.
Yeah. Sometimes I think we think the Bible is so abstract, but it's in everyday things. There's a scripture that says we are epistles written in the hearts of men. I mean, that means sometimes you're the only Bible anybody is going to ever read. So what are they reading when they see you?
That consciousness just works. That consciousness is what we all need. All right? Well, here is something to ponder on. You didn't choose to be born, neither did you choose the way you look or the color of your skin. But you do have the power to choose the clothing that reflects your value and self-image.
That's right, and you're free to write us. Send your questions and comments or feedbacks to our address showing on your screen. Call our counseling center if you need someone to pray with you. We are here for you. So see you next time.
Bye.